The new logo, guys.
Hey, can you hear me if I'm like this far away? Like,
All right, how's it going, guys? And welcome to the Dirty Foot Gang versus the Pigskin. We got some new shit going on. Got some logos. Got some shit that's matching.
What's up, Mikey?
It looks like the ticker is broken, but we'll fix it. Yeah, it's not showing the date of the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ticker. See that?
Yeah, bottom left.
Bottom left, it's just a blank screen. Yeah, that's okay. We'll fix it. Mikey, welcome to the chat, man. This is the football stream, so if you know anything about football, you're in the right place. And if you don't know anything about football, please stick around.
American football.
We will learn you.
We will learn you. All right, so the first thing on the topics today, also, if you don't know how this works, we talk about our topics, and the helmswoman gives us points, basically 0 out of 5, depending on how well he thought we talked about it. And at the end, we see who wins. Just, it's a game.
Yeah,
Keep everybody interested.
Welcome to the Dirty Foot Gang versus the Pigskin, where the points are made up and don't matter.
Yep. All right, so first on the topics today is Week 1 fines. This is pretty crazy. When I was reading this earlier in the week, that Week 1 fines for taunting have reached almost $1 million. What do you guys think about that?
Well, first off, taunting is for little girls, and it should be allowed. Getting reprimanded for taunting.
Wait, it's for little girls?
Getting reprimanded for taunting is what I meant. Taunting is for little girls, and I think it should be allowed.
I'm sure Jamar Chase would agree with that statement.
If it's like 10 grand a fine, they handed out 100 fines
Yeah.
for taunting.
In my opinion, or if you're just going to talk, or if you're just going to point fingers or something like that's one thing. If you physically touch somebody, it should be a fine. You get up in their face, you push their face away, bump them, whatever. That should be the fine. That should be the line. But just words, talking, as long as it's not a racial thing or, something that is just too personal, then it should be fine. But
what do you think about there's guys that get massive hits on defense and kind of stand over them for a little bit? Do you think that should be a taunting penalty?
as long as they don't touch them.
Yeah, see, that's why you just got fucking laid out. You deserve it.
I don't think that's necessary.
It's like getting teabagged in Call of Duty.
If it's quick though, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, if it's quick.
If they won't let them get up, that's
Yeah, you got that 1 second.
We're almost in the triple pump.
I was about to mention that, actually. How many of those were celebration?
I didn't know.
Because that's one of those rules that I've always hated. Let them celebrate.
I know the Steelers had a long celebration one last week.
In my opinion, if you're good at your job and you've been there before where you win, even if it's a game victory or if it's just a one-play victory, you're not going to be doing that. Used to winning, you know how to accept the victory, then it's not going to happen anyway. So it's basically a childish move, but I'm not totally against it.
Then again, if I'm Jamar Chase getting paid millions of dollars, $10,000 to do the double bird at Diggs is so worth it.
Oh, incredibly worth it. Yeah.
Especially
Especially because they weren't home, were they?
I
don't think
Cincinnati was home last week.
Were they home?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Pretty sure they were.
It'd be different if you were
they
at.
were.
It'd be different if you were like in the Steelers country and you're flipping off Diggs and the entire stadium.
I wouldn't piss off all those little ketchup packets, though. We miss you, Mike. Come back to the lawn. You taught us so much about football.
Scoofer's in the house.
Scoofer.
Welcome, buddy.
Randy Moss at the top selling.
Yeah.
It's good
It was
selling.
good.
There's been a lot of good celebrations.
There has been a lot of good
I think
celebrations.
there was, we watched YouTube the other day, and we didn't watch it, but there was a whole video. It was like 20 minutes long of his celebration.
My
The
Go ahead.
Dirty Bird. Greatest
The Dirty
celebration
Bird.
of all time.
favorite from last weekend was at Soldier Field when the Bears scored, the guy started swimming because the field was so flooded.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sugar Tits is in with Og.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't cook breakfast this morning. There's no excuse.
No excuse.
The classic one though was the Cowboys back in the day. They used to score touchdowns. About 5 or 6 of them would get in a circle and I'll do a jumping high five or whatever.
No, that wasn't.
Was that the Redskins then?
Yeah, that was
Was that the
that
Redskins?
was the fun bunch.
That was the
Oh,
Washington
yeah.
Commanders.
Alright, my bad.
That you Twitter
The
users.
soon-to-be Commanders.
Cowboys do anything like that?
A lot
Yeah.
of teams had something similar after the fun bunch started doing it.
I like the rowboat one though. Where they 5 of them get in a
Oh,
line.
yeah.
and they
that's a
all
good
run.
one.
I like.
I like the soup one, where they're pouring out the soup.
I also like the relays or the pieces.
Oh yeah.
When there's like 4 of them trying to, and like 3 of the 4 guys fall down.
Man, that was when taunting was at its height.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
when it was an
Yeah.
art form.
And see, we all remember it super fondly. Like,
Sugar Tits is a football question. Everybody
oh,
stop.
shit.
I don't believe that this is a football question.
All right, go ahead, ma'am.
It's gonna be like, do you think
But
Tom
probably gonna be
Brady
like, why
drinks
is there
green
football on the
tea?
TV?
Yeah, you know, you can just ask a question without announcing it.
Raise- yeah,
No, you have to announce it. Yeah. But she has permission.
How many strikes can you
27.
get?
that doesn't make sense, Sugar Tits.
He knows that.
I'm just trying to think of like the most penalized player and say that many.
Oh, wait,
I think
wait.
there's
Yeah,
been
what's
two-
the most
I think-
penalized player
I think
in one
there's been
game?
2
Yo.
strikes in the NFL.
Is it T.O.?
In one game.
In one game. You can do one game and then we'll do season? Or do you want to do career?
I think you got to do career.
Okay, we'll do career after that.
Scoofer, if you're wondering, we are smoking cigars. At least me and Filthy are.
Okay, so
Bravo
they're not really
2021.
doing,
It's popping up teams.
but the NFL record for most penalties in penalty yards is Chicago Bears and Cleveland Browns were penalized 37 times for 174 yards. That was combined, and Bears most of
Bears and Browns, 37 penalties.
So yeah, 37 strikes.
209 of those yards were by the Browns.
209 yards by the Browns. God.
Yeah, 209 strikes.
But
Many even
apparently they still came away with a 42-21.
In a 6-hour game.
Jesus.
God damn.
Yeah.
I think with like the college personal foul, if you do a personal foul and then they find it's targeting, you get ejected.
Yeah.
But like, I seriously think that football is ready and staged for a goons style play again. I mean, you're talking about getting ejected, but if you hit their quarterback so fucking hard that they get ejected out of the stadium, it's
Yeah.
just, it's equal.
Yeah, who cares?
You get one goon out there playing linebacker that does not stop when he throws the football, and you
Yeah.
just give him one right in the chest.
Yeah. That's like every sport. If I was coaching against the Lakers in basketball, I would just send my 12th guy out there to elbow LeBron James until he, you get 2 cracks at it because you get 2 personal fouls and you're out of the game.
You know that,
Yeah, I mean, you can do that in any sport.
Yeah.
You know that Adrian Peterson is actually the most fined.
Adrian Peterson. Wow.
$2 million total.
Wow. I wonder he's still trying to play.
All right, moving on.
Wow.
Next topic: the Browns. The Browns are trying to bring back their 60s and 70s elf that they used as their actual logo, because the Browns don't actually have a logo. You guys didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
But they want to bring the elf back, and this fucking guy, you guys haven't seen him, He is messed up, and we have a picture for everybody. Yeah, oh, that's tiny. Fucking blow that shit up.
Oh, I found it.
So that was last weekend, and dude, nobody wants that as their mascot. Literally
No.
nobody.
Hold on, I need a closer look at this. What the fuck is this bullshit? Oh god.
So they gave him a smile. The original one was supposed to be an evil elf.
See, I could dig an evil elf.
Yeah, that's supposed to be an
Horrifying.
evil elf, but they made him happy for the kids.
He looks like a character in a parade that's throwing cookies at the little kids.
Yeah.
It looks like
pretty-
a character in the
trying
parade that's
to-
abducting little
Trying to
kids.
lure them into the
That was
van.
an old stat, by the way. The current record holder is Keon Jordan with $6.9 million.
Holy fuck.
The Browns need to bring back Jesus to save them. They need to bring back Jesus for the nickel defense.
My famous Jesus.
You can see Scrooge, the meaning of Christmas. Yeah, I think the Browns need to.
That's a definitely strikeout. That's a strikeout, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not. They don't even need to bother. They're wasting so much money on that shit.
To the pit bull.
Pay a good
Yeah.
scout. Maybe pay a good scout instead of getting that elf on the field
Yeah,
to
right.
get you a player that'll win you a championship or at least a Super Bowl. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, well, what do you do with a name like the Browns anyway?
They've rolled with Dog Pound as their like calling card, their motto kind of thing, and they have a pit bull. Why not just do the pit bull?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're not leaning into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
like,
But maybe they paid Deshaun Watson so much money they had to dig this out of their own storage unit just to bring something
Probably the
because there's
original
no
mascot.
money left.
Probably.
paid Deshaun all that money not to play.
They charged $100 for a hot dog there now because of Deshaun Watson.
Which is actually below the national average.
What do you mean $8,000 for parking?
1.2 million for season tickets?
I'll just go be a little ketchup packet.
Yeah, really. It'd be cheaper to drive to Pittsburgh every day, every game.
Am I a Bengals fan now?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awful.
massages and settlements, man. That should be for all players, not just Deshaun.
Yeah, I feel like the PA should handle that.
Aaron Rodgers would love that.
Oh yeah.
He's probably getting it already.
Tom Brady probably would too.
I don't
They're
think
living
so.
apart now.
Now that he's single again.
Yeah.
No, he got his Wednesdays.
Oh, he's-
Yeah, Wednesday is now a personal day for Tom Brady, so he can
oh
go
really?
Go
and
fuck
spend
his
time for one day with his kids.
Oh.
I would assume. I don't know his details, but I would assume that was the thing to get her back in the United States.
What if he has a Thursday night game?
Tough shit.
You know,
Flying
he's,
overnight.
He's Tom Brady. He can do
Yeah.
whatever the hell he wants.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, the dude's 40 plus years old. I'm sure he like went and begged the front office, like, can I just get a Wednesday, please?
Yeah, right.
Like it's an actual job.
Yeah. Gotta get Wednesdays off.
Aaron Rodgers on Joe Rogan. That sounds fucking awful. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Did Joe Rogan rip him a new one? Because I wouldn't be able to hold back.
I doubt he would. They got the same vibe.
I was gonna say they are almost exactly the same person.
Yeah.
Personality wise.
Yeah.
I feel like they just vibe. What? Ron, stop.
Ron, stop. No,
Ron,
just
stop.
me and Filthy are smoking avos.
I'm
Yeah.
smoking a Kintsugi.
Mike is smoking a Kintsugi, and Ben woke up with a sore throat.
No, no smoking for me
So
today.
he's nursing that so we can get to the lounge today. Some real smoke.
Yeah. They had similar vibes. Yeah.
Ah, damn. That's unfortunate.
It is. Anybody vibing with Joe Rogan is unfortunate.
The thing is I don't think Aaron Rodgers would have the balls to come on this set because I would rip him a new one.
Hey, we can reach out maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll set it. Yeah.
Maybe.
We can get a cease and
I
desist
think
from
I think
Aaron
that'd be
Rodgers.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I'll hit him up.
Yeah, you hit him up. Just tell him to make sure he's on time.
Like, what
Yeah,
do we need to
motherfucker.
do to start getting cease and desist letters? Do I need to start paying for advertising?
Probably.
That would,
Or just
yeah,
after the lounge, you send them an app to say, hey, you were mentioned on Tectonic Lounge. Don't even say anything about, hey, we did a 10-minute interview.
Roast session with
you."
Aaron Rodgers. Adam with "You're a dick sucker."
Aaron Rodgers made some good points. I doubt that, but I'll take your word for
If
it.
he's on Joe Rogan talking about anything but football, it's not. I think he can be funny. He used to be funny, but kind of Alex Jones himself for a little bit. He's trying to dig his way out of that hole.
He's dug his way out. It's not hard to dig your way out. There's some guests that are freaking awesome, and there's some guests that are like, whatever. And the guests he tries to get really deep with, like on a talking level, are the podcasts that are absolutely trash. Because he does not have the capability of thinking like that.
To me, a Joe Rogan podcast should be just him and somebody else getting out of the, just ripping people up.
Yeah, I've never watched Joe Rogan.
It's
just
just okay.
didn't seem like my format.
Just watch highlight reels, that's it.
Alright, get back on track. Next.
Yeah, I mean, the elves are fucking...
Oh, yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah, the
done.
Alpha's
God
garbage. I think we all agree.
Alright,
Get your shit together, Browns.
Yeah.
Been saying that
Biggest-
for 30 years.
game probably of the season, as far as like regular season, happened on Thursday.
Yeah.
What do
Wow.
you guys think about that comment?
I think it's up there.
So-
I think that's a playoff game right there. We're gonna see it again,
Oh yeah.
and it's gonna be just as good.
We were talking about the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Thursday night, they had an incredible game. There's some stat lines in the ticker for Mahomes and Herbert. Go ahead.
So, I think Kansas City, this is what we talked about at the beginning of the year when we were talking about their schedule. And that's where it's going to hurt is they got to play this kind of game every week. And that's going to wear them down fast. They played a great game. Mahomes was awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, lived up
He
to
was.
that whole game lived up to the hype. Both sides of the ball.
it was what we thought the season opener was gonna be.
Yeah,
He left his choker at home.
Yeah.
yeah. He did. Now, I will say I was very disappointed, especially at the end of the game in the O-line for the Chargers. They just let Herbert get annihilated at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't stop. It was just... So either the line broke down or the Chiefs figured it all out, but I think it was the line breaking down.
Well, the more I watched the videos, KC was doing this. It was like zone, then man. And every single man was like a full-on blitz. So imagine getting blitzed by the entire Chiefs defense every third play. That's gonna wear your ass out. That's tough. And then they couldn't throw the ball because they were in zone, 50% of the time. So that's why if you go and watch the Rams, it was always run, and then pass on third down. Their third down conversions were really tight because of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams did something really well. The Chargers defense, just like last week, was absolutely on fire. Like they did really well. I think they held them to 18 points. Wait, let me do the math again. Yeah, 18 points. Because they gave up a pick six, and then I believe off of a different turnover, it was a field goal.
Yep.
So holding the Chiefs to 18 points is really good. And you even saw at the end of the game, like Herbert was lighting it up, even hurt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could put together a drive under bad circumstances.
And
they did.
Yeah, and I do think that the Chiefs, people can pass on the Chiefs.
No, I mean, 400-something yards.
Yeah. That's
By Mahomes, they were putting together big play after big play. They were really embracing that explosiveness that has gotten them through the last couple of years.
That was without Juju Smith-Schuster.
He was in.
He was playing,
Oh yeah,
but they didn't throw
they didn't
him
target him at all.
once. And to be able to keep pounding it like that for 400 yards,
Yeah.
and without your top wide receiver. It's impressive.
Mahomes made so many athletic plays in
Yeah,
that game that
he
is
did.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that the Chiefs defense really let them down. Because I mean, when you got to put up that many yards to win by a couple points.
Yeah.
So that's basically it for LAC. Do you have anything extra for you guys? You want to talk about the game specifically?
You're going all the way. Chargers are cruising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you think the
even with the
sticking
loss.
with it.
Yeah, even with the loss. I mean, nobody's going to go undefeated.
You didn't need to win that game. That wasn't a must win.
No.
One of these games was.
Yeah,
they already beat the Raiders.
And they got to play the Chiefs again at home.
Yeah.
They're
So that's
about to
gonna
put
be
up
the win.
7 straight wins because they're up against bad teams for the next 7 weeks.
Now, speaking of playing bad teams, what do you guys think the Rams are going to do this weekend?
Getting into the games.
No, I'm just because I was looking at the standings last night and realized that the Rams are technically last place in their division, and it's been a long time. Those Thursday games are rough.
Yeah.
So being a Super Bowl champions and losing week 1 and then having to wait the extra 3 days before you can actually make it up. Do you think they're going to choke a little bit this weekend, or do you think they're going to prevail?
I think that's what they needed after that game. A little bit more time. I think they got into a lucky situation where they didn't have to come right back and, they got the time they needed to readjust and figure some things out.
I think going up against Atlanta, I mean, it's hard to think that Atlanta has a shot, even on their best day, and this is not their best day. So I think it'll be like a little bit of regrouping. I don't think they're going to absolutely explode on Atlanta. I think they're going to spend some time getting it together for a more competitive game.
Yeah. I was thinking it's really going to show McVay's coaching ability to hype up his team after a loss like that for the entire week.
Yeah.
He's probably pumping the speeches. I don't know. I just feel like, Super Bowl champions, you come back, you get your fucking ass whooped. And yeah, you're going to need some motivation after
Yeah,
that.
especially with Stafford.
Yeah, especially with
Yeah.
Stafford.
I mean, the dude knows how to lose. He's
Yeah.
proved that for years in Detroit. But when you come off a marquee matchup and a game that kind of was a must-win to see where you're at and got hammered, it's gonna be interesting to see how they come out against the Falcons. 'Cause if they come out flat, I think the Falcons are one of those teams that can expose you.
Yeah.
I think it's one thing to lose that big game by a couple points, and it's
Oh.
one thing to get flattened.
Yeah, that's the difference between the first game of the year, and that Chargers Chiefs game.
Yeah.
That was the difference. It was a very good competitive game compared to a blowout.
All right, so this also before we get to our special interview with Frank Reich, special guest.
Special guest Frankie.
Do you think Joe Burrow's was it 5 interceptions last week was a fluke, or do you think he's got some work to do for this season and was last year just a straight up underdog story?
Oh, that is a very good question, because I think, in my opinion, I think he puts so much pressure on himself. I think he's under a lot of pressure to do better than last year, which means win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, and when you're in you're pretty much your first season and you're putting up all those numbers, that is a lot of pressure that you're putting on. There was a lot of hype for the season, and the Steelers are not that good.
No.
Not that good.
Well, yeah, I mean they barely won with 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Well, the Steelers' defense is awesome. I mean, it's really good, and their run defense is awesome. So, I mean, he's probably putting himself under all that pressure, and then you couple that with the fact that you can't run the ball against the Steelers. A lot of teams can. If you're really good, you could, but their run game is not that strong. So now you're faced with the opportunity of, hey, I've got all these expectations, I've got all this hype, and now I'm going to have to throw the ball every down if we're going to make any progress. and then you start forcing it, you start making mistakes. After about 2, because two interceptions is pretty forgivable, even 3, you're like, it just keeps compounding.
Yeah.
I think he never got a break from it, he never got a rhythm from it, and just carried all of that instead of being on his team.
Then you got
So-
a defense that could not stop a mediocre Steelers attack.
In short, I think it's a fluke.
Yeah.
I think he is good.
I
He just needs to calm down.
think it's a fluke, but at the same time, you got to remember he only had barely a week of preseason practice. He had the appendix surgery going into preseason.
That's
He
true.
didn't play a single preseason game. He didn't practice at all until that first week, and then you get thrown into the situation. I think he's gonna need. I don't think this week's gonna be good for him. I really don't, because when you don't get your timing down, it's really hard to get in one game. So you're talking going into this, he's going to have 2 weeks of practice, 1 NFL game, where all the other quarterbacks and players in the league have had up to 6 weeks of practice, like 3 to 4 games, depending on who you are, and an actual 1 week under your belt. He is behind on his entire conditioning for this season. No, that's something to think about. I don't think he's going to come out of this unscathed. I think he's definitely going to have at least an interception tonight.
But yeah, they're playing against good defense tonight. Cowboys, offense sucks, but their defense is still decent.
Yeah, the thing about the Cowboys there is they thrive off of those turnovers. That's
Yeah.
really all they have. They're definitely going to give up the big play. Just whether or not that big play is going to be your big play or their interception.
Yeah.
Especially
So,
with Mike Parsons.
If he can
yeah,
rein
that's what I
that
was
in,
thinking. Yeah.
well, with Trayvon Diggs, that's the interceptor. I mean, Micah
Diggs
Parsons is
too,
amazing,
yeah.
but Diggs is the interceptor.
Yeah, and
So-
you got that Chase and Diggs matchup.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our interview. We have a special guest with Frank Reich. He is the Indianapolis Colts head coach. Come on in, sir, and we'll let's have a discussion.
It's wonderful to have you, Frank.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me. I really enjoy your show. I've been watching it for years, and yeah, I just wish you guys would just kind of cut down on the cursing a little bit. It's one of the things we're eliminating in the whole organization, and you guys could probably profit by doing the same. Maybe just calming down on some of the vulgar language in general.
Okay, so we're here to ask you questions. You're not here to talk.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Ben, do you have any questions right off the bat?
No.
No. So, I know you guys fired your offensive line coach for cursing, but if that was the case, why have you not fired Matt Ryan?
Well, we're trying to build a culture in the locker room, and that's where it starts. Then that eventually makes its way onto the field. One of the things that we are eliminating is cursing, as you know, but one of the other things that I'm really trying to put a stop to is patting guys on the butts. Now that is really starting to get to the point where it's just a culture that is creating just a lot of insecurities among the guys, especially in upper management, seeing that on the field every week. We're really trying to stop that.
You guys feeling really insecure about the masculinity of football?
But just the patting of the butts is what I'm really focusing on right now.
So you're focusing on butts.
One of the other things is taking completely naked showers after the games. We feel that it's just creating a very insecure locker room, and we are going to start demanding the guys wear shorts while they're taking showers afterwards.
Is it upper management or just you that feels unsecure?
Well, everything starts in upper management, works its way down. And I kind of brought it up to upper management to get it started. So then it started to trickle down, back down to me, to where I can actually take care of the butt padding and the naked showers and the cursing.
Ah, the good old trickle down.
Yes, the trickle down theory that was created by me, so it would trickle down on me and create a positive experience for myself.
Now, Frank, everybody's all abuzz about your new nickname going throughout the league. Now, are there any, are you perhaps a junior? Are there any brothers and sisters? Or how did you get that nickname, the Third?
Well, I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. And when I was about 7 years old, a family of Jewish people moved in down the street. And I noticed ever since then the cats started disappearing from the neighborhood. Then my bike got stolen. And I really don't know what the third means. So that's when I really started thinking about butt padding and naked showers, was when I was about 7 years old. Does that make sense?
It does. It makes
Okay,
perfect
yeah.
sense, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna blast this all over the place for you.
One of the
Yeah.
things I'm trying to do,
Get your
is
cause.
I need to eliminate from the locker room, and we're really going forward with this because this is going to start bringing wins to the field. All right, this is going to start getting us more wins in the win column, and that's pre-game beers. Is one of the things we're going to start eliminating from the locker room.
You're
Eliminating beers.
Yes, pre-game beers is gone.
So
And
what is Nelson gonna do?
This has struck a nerve with a lot of the guys.
Yeah, I bet.
Because there's a lot of guys that depend on those pre-game beers to get them motivated and get them focused on the game. But we have to do this in a different situation, a different light, and eliminating that. And one of the other things that I'm eliminating to also do the same as the pre-game beers is oversized jewelry. No more oversized jewelry in the locker room. Okay, it's just a distraction. It is getting on my last nerve. And the other thing, all right, while we're on this, no more talking about marijuana. Smoking marijuana,
right.
We're not doing this anymore.
Let me interrupt
all this
you.
chat about smoking marijuana
We
and
might have to cut 'em
oversized
off, guys.
jewelry.
Yeah.
No more tight
All right,
shirts.
Frank,
Yeah.
Frank,
No more
Third
just-
Reich,
yeah.
everybody.
No more
Thanks
post-game
for
beers.
visiting.
No more post-game
Get the
beers.
fuck out of here, Frank.
I had a question for him, but he just started fucking going off
God,
on us. God
That
damn.
guy. That's
Fucking
why they call him the
ridiculous.
Third. He just expects absolute power.
Absolute
Yeah,
power.
what was that
yeah.
thing about the Jewish family? I
Yeah,
have
that
no
was-
idea. It's a
that-
left field.
And somehow that made him gay. I don't know.
Frank
Yeah.
Wright.
That was wild.
Frank the Third Reich.
Whew.
What a man.
What a man. All right, tectonic injury report.
Good to ask for it.
Some major ones that have come light just this week is Dak Prescott, his poor little thumb. He will not be able to play professional football because of his thumb. I know it's a shame, but you know what? He's making the money. Andy Isabella out with his back. He plays for the Cardinals still. No, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's still there.
Yeah. And then Michael Pittman Jr. with the Colts, brand new rookie wide receiver. He's badass. He's done. Zach Wilson with the Jets, QB, ankle, done. Confirms Jets being the worst team in the league. Any other injuries you guys want to add?
Man, there's a lot of questionable stuff out there. So I started looking at some of them. The Buccaneers have, I believe, Evans and Godwin, or no, Evans and Fournette,
Yeah.
Julio Jones, Russell Gage. They're all questionable for today.
Now, I have official answers on these. Jones is playing. Evans is playing. Fournette's playing. Godwin's out.
Godwin's out.
Yeah, Godwin's out.
Okay.
And the rest of them, they're hurt but playing.
They are playing. They
Right.
practiced all week.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else was I? Oh, T. Higgins for the Bengals.
I think he got
Questionable.
He's
cleared.
questionable.
Yeah, he's cleared.
Okay. They really need everybody
Yeah.
available for. And
I know Jamar Chase was on the questionable list for hamstring, but his ass is playing.
there was somebody that had a center out. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, wasn't that
the
the Patriots?
was the Patriots center?
No, that's Matthew, right?
Doesn't ring a
Oh,
bell.
Bledsoe's out for the Patriots.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bledsoe, he's hurt.
Again.
Yeah. There was one of these teams. Somebody has a center that's out that I was really concerned about.
Does that mean that like the safety replacing him is going to be an absolute legend?
Oh, Leonard is still out for the Colts as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
That's right, Leonard. Yeah,
So
that's huge.
if that gives you any idea, they basically all their all stars are hurt,
Yeah, they
except
got-
for their line.
But I mean, nothing. I think we covered all the major ones. So.
Yeah, Frank the Third is gonna have a rough time. No
Yeah.
receivers like at all.
Yeah, none. All right, that's pretty much it for the topics. Before we get into our predictions, Mike, do you want to lay down the points? Is that the final?
That is the final.
Woo!
Air to the eking out a 1-point victory. Still saying.
Even with Frank.
Did you score the interview segment?
Yeah, that's always score.
Is it?
I was going last week.
Why? It's a fucking. It's a meme.
Yeah, that's a meme.
Whichever part makes me win.
Now, I will say,
Points don't
I
count.
added
Save
2 segments there. You can add points to whoever you think talked about Burrow better. You can add points for whoever talked about. What was the other one I did after the Chargers?
The elf.
No.
Oh.
He
Yeah,
already
that's still a
did the
topic.
elf. He already did the elf.
Oh.
I did one more after that. Why can't I remember?
Talk about
those?
the Rams.
Yes, the Rams. Yeah. So you can give points for Rams and Burrow. That was my tectonic lounge training coming in, thinking about football while we were doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, those are good questions. Because I did make all this last night at like 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I got up super early.
Yeah. Yeah, I know me and Ben were both up late doing the
Super early with my questions for Frank.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
I was gonna say my
Frank
other
really thinks
question.
about butts a lot.
He does. I mean, it's just like just focused.
My other
Yeah.
question for Reich was if they had ordered a new, bigger backpack off Amazon for Taylor.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him what's more important, cutting down on butt padding or winning a game.
I think
Or
we
perhaps-
know the answer to that question.
What's more important, cutting down on pregame beers or finding a wide receiver? But he just went off.
Yeah, he just had to shut him down.
Yeah.
All right, Helmsman, let's do some predictions. I'm sticking with my Reddit gut this time.
First one, Patriots Steelers.
Okay, Patriots Steelers. We got.
Ten.
No, I got the red first. Okay. New England is -3. The fan voting right now is Pittsburgh at 52%. And go.
Steelers.
That is really hard. I think the Patriots' defense steps up this week. For Patriots.
I'm gonna have to shoot Patriots as well.
God, this is gonna be so tough for me
Especially
this
with TJ
week.
Watt out.
If you can barely win with 5 turnovers, not a good
Remember
look.
who's at the helm there. Trubisky.
Yeah. it's not a
Trubisky and Claypool are going to bring that win in today.
good
Hey,
All right, Jets, Brown, or no, Panthers, Giants.
one. Oh,
what is it? Panthers, Jags?
Panthers, Giants.
Oh, Panthers, Giants. All right,
the
so
featured game.
This is Carolina's -1 underdog, so it's going to be a really close game. Fan voting is at Carolina 57%.
All right. I have the Giants going. I think they're going to go 2-0, first time in a very long time. But it's a troubled choice for me because I want Baker Mayfield to succeed in Carolina. But I'm going to have to stick with the Giants.
And the Carolina Panthers gave up 217 yards rushing last.
God damn.
Yeah. And with that offensive line and Barkley
a healthy Saquon
and
Barkley.
a healthy Barkley, I think the Giants roll on this one.
Yeah. I've only heard good things about how Saquon Barkley's doing and feeling. So if he's half as good as they say, they'll come out with a win. Giants.
That's across the board.
Also, I don't want Baker Mayfield to succeed, so even better.
Jets, Browns.
It's Brown. So the Cleveland Browns are a -6.5 favorite. 76.8% of the fans are voting. I think Cleveland's going to win this game.
The Browns are a mid-pack team this year. They're not bad. They just have a tough schedule for how good they are. I'm going to have to lock it in with the Browns because the Jets are the worst team in the NFL.
I'd say if the only way the Jets are winning this game is if their passing game just gets unconscious, which I don't think.
With Zach Wilson hurt.
With that, yeah, right. I got to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely Cleveland. There's nothing the Jets do well.
Next one, a heartbreak story. Colts, Jaguars.
0-1 versus 0-1. Colts are, I believe, are a 3-point favorite and are 56.3 favorite to win.
All right. I think Frank the Third Reich can't put together a team this year. He's all over the board. Their mind is somewhere else. It's not on the game. I have it locked in with Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Matt Ryan is going to have a field day today.
With
He-
what
He's
receivers?
going. Well, it doesn't matter when you're playing the Jaguars. Their defense, especially their pass defense. I'm going Colts.
I think Jonathan Taylor is going to have a field day. And I really don't think that there's any good setup that the Colts have for passing.
What was the betting on this?
Colts -3.
Yeah, that's too close.
The only thing I think the Jaguars' defense is a little bit better than the Texans, and that's why I think he's going to be effective. But I think it's up to Matt Ryan to win.
I think if they lean into it, Jonathan Taylor will carry them. You know, don't let Matt Ryan make those goal line interceptions. And just
Yeah, you
completely
should,
throw
yeah.
the game for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, last
Colts.
Hey,
It is a completely winnable game.
No faith
Yeah.
in the Yags.
so got in Miami and Baltimore.
this place.
Yeah.
Baltimore's a 3.5-point favorite, and 73% chance or fan favorites. Yeah, and go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna have to lock it in with the Dolphins. I know the Patriots did not look very good, but the Dolphins' defense is as good as ever, and I think Mike McDaniels has some things up his sleeve to stop Lamar Jackson.
So, it's going to be a defensive game, I think. And I kind of agree with Ayrton that Lamar Jackson probably going to get shut down today. Just whether Miami can get any. I'm going to go with Miami.
I think I'm also going to go with Miami. I think that, with Hill out there and Waddle, those are two top tier receivers right there. And Tua looked a little shaky in game one. So if they've been practicing hard, those guys, him and Tyreek, and they can actually get some of those connections, then there's points on the board. There's your game one.
So, if Tom Brady can get out of his tropical depression against he's 0-4 since joining Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay is -2.5, which I thought was but they are also a 68.7% chance fan favorite.
I'm definitely locking in with the Bucks. He got his day off. The Saints are god awful this year, and Kamala Harris was not looking good in week 1.
Yeah, well, in this game, I thought I saw somewhere out this game.
He's questionable, but he's playing.
Highly questionable.
He was in practice.
I thought I saw doubtful. He did practice. He practiced fully.
I don't know if it was fully, but I know he was at practice.
So I think Tampa Bay, Tom Brady and the Bucks laid it up this game. The over/under is 43.5. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay gets that on their own.
He did not practice.
No? I know I saw he was at practice. I didn't know if he played or not.
I am seeing officially inactive,
Okay, cool.
but I am also seeing doubtful in other places.
Well, I think if you're seeing officially
Who are you
inactive,
looking at?
that's giving us the 1 hour before game time.
I got Kamara as out.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bucks. Kamara's out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even if he's playing.
I mean, that's their whole offense right there.
Yeah,
So
that's
he's out. They don't have
Bucks
an
light
offense.
it up.
Face. Not. There's a lot.
Okay.
Man,
Trying to
this-
take for Motor City.
The spread has been even for most of the time, and I think it's even right. Yes, it is even right now. The fans are voting for 54% Washington. This is going to be a really tight game. Go ahead, Ayrton.
That these people do not understand that the Lions are a team. They're a team this year, and they're gonna fucking smash the Commanders.
Damn.
I don't think Winston even knows how to hold a football, let alone play the goddamn game.
What worries me the most
wins.
is Washington's defense is really good. I don't know how to compare them to the 35 points that the Lions put up last week. If the Lions can,
Denver, though, most of the Commanders' defense out.
yeah, I know that's what I'm looking at right now.
Like pretty much all of their main.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Lions here. I think I'd like to see their offense sustain. I think they can, and I feel like a homer doing it, but I think they can win.
My gut says Commanders, and I think I'm gonna stick with that. I think they're looking surprisingly good.
This game is even on the field as it is in Vegas.
Yeah,
There's no wrong pickup.
it's
All right.
gonna be a tough, close game. It's gonna be a good one.
Do we see Jimmy G coming out against the Seahawks going mano
Okay.
mano with Geno Smith?
This might be the
Officially
only
in.
game that I want this to do this, alright? If Jimmy G comes out, 49ers. If Jimmy G does not come out, Seahawks.
I'll just put Ayrton down as a
Game time decision.
It's a game time decision.
So officially, Trey Lance is starting.
Officially, Trey Lance has started. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from the officiating management saying that G is in.
I don't think they're gonna take him out this game.
I don't think so either.
So
so he's gonna
Seahawks.
I mean, I'm like I said, it's a game time decision. If I see Jimmy G's number being called, it's 49ers, but it's Seahawks until otherwise.
So the Niners are a 9-point favorite, which I think is really high,
Yeah.
especially considering what we've seen out of the Seahawks last week. I know they're playing the Broncos, but 73% of the fans think that San Francisco's got this one in the bag. I'm actually going to go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, like I said, if Jimmy G doesn't show up, then
I'm either.
Big Gino's gonna give them the Gino.
I'm gonna go 49ers. Gonna descent.
All right. And Atlanta continue the pummeling of the champs.
Okay, so
Probably not.
Falcons versus Rams.
the Rams
not
are
even
a
a-
10-point favorite here.
Yeah,
The Rams.
it's SoFi.
Rams are 10-point favorites. The fans have the Rams winning at 81%.
Yeah, I'm Rams.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to break this down a little bit because if I was betting on this game in Vegas, I would take Atlanta 10 all day long.
I don't think they can cover that spread.
I don't think so either. Rams had some defense. Sucks so far.
They have Mariota on them.
That's
It was looking all right.
looking all right.
Yeah.
That pass rush, I think, might get them. I think
Saints
this
are
is.
also
I think this is closer than people think. I'm going to stick with the Rams, but I think it's closer than people think.
It's not.
No way Atlanta's coming out of this game. There's no way.
and the Call of Duty King dethrone the unproven Derek Carr. Cardinals versus Ravens.
The Call of Duty King.
Okay.
Old Call of Duty Murray.
Rams or Raiders, sorry. Raiders are a 5.5-point favorite. 62% of the fans are saying Vegas is winning this game.
Raiders.
Raiders.
They gave one of the best teams in the NFL a run.
A pretty good run. I mean, there's always going to be those couple of games where for some reason the Cardinals play. I don't think this is one of those games.
Why do I feel like an asshole when I want Kyler Murray to fail?
Because Kyler Murray sucks.
It's just
Yeah.
they
Now you know
way
how
too
I
much
felt
money.
last year when you all were like, "Oh, Kyler Murray's awesome." I'm like, "No, he sucks balls."
Because he's good.
He's
He
not.
started
he
out
doesn't.
so awesome, but then after he faded, then didn't recover from it. It was
He's the
nightmare.
most overpaid quarterback of all
No,
time.
he doesn't work for it. That's what the impression I get
Yeah.
is that he's just lazy. I always want lazy people to fail.
And the Bulls upset the Ponies. Texans versus
So the Broncos are a 10-point favorite here, which again, based on last week, I would probably take that bet for the Texans. 75% of the fans are going for Denver.
Broncos, they figured some shit out in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, they looked good at the end of that game last week, even though they didn't. I've got to go with the Broncos here.
the center.
I just can't think of a single thing the Texans do well. Like that game was nuts.
They are
against
not the
Colts,
worst
and they
team,
still tied.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even win.
but
The
they're
Broncos.
definitely in the bottom 8 in the league.
Yeah.
Dude.
Broncos.
I
like,
wouldn't be surprised if
just
Russell
don't see
Wilson
it.
throws for 400 yards this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the figures. The Cowboys without their lead man.
Bengals are a 7-point favorite. I think this should be more. Just because Dallas is, there's nothing positive about them. I think the Bengals walk the Cowboys.
Yeah, Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys not do well without Dak. And shit, they don't even do that well with him.
Yeah, Bengals recover from last week. No problem. Good game.
In Chicago, make Aaron Rodgers. Bears versus the Packers.
Green Bay's a 10-point favorite. All Green Bay, 87%.
So no, they can't, and Packers take this.
Yeah, the dream season for the Bears end at one game. Go Packers.
See, it's like I regretted not taking the Bears last week, but this is a completely different game than that. So Green Bay.
On prime time too, Sunday night.
Because that last week, everybody could recognize that they had a shot.
Yeah.
Not a huge one, but they had a shot. This one,
Yeah.
it's going to take some weird bullshit for the Bears to win this game.
Yeah.
And the Titans survived the Bills Mafia. Titans at Bills.
Yeah.
They're going to get dildoed.
10-point underdog. The Titans are favorite for the Bills. 80% for the Buffalo Bills to win. Go ahead.
Titans need to trade all their capital right now and rebuild. Bills are going to take it all the way.
Yeah. Bills are going to crush.
I mean, the Titans gave up 238 yards rushing last week. That is
And you're up
insane.
against a running quarterback.
Up against a running quarterback that can also throw the ball. Their pass defense is not bad.
And the Titans know that because they traded A.J. Brown. They just didn't do enough to stay bad enough or relevant.
This is not even a game. Buffalo.
And it is tough going to that field.
Yeah.
Going to Orchard Park is, one of the most active, spectator group. The fans are nuts.
Got ourselves some crazy Viking.
Man.
Now the Eagles are the favorites in this game. 2.5 points. And the fans are at 66% Eagles.
I have already made this prediction that the Vikings are going to win this. I'm going to hold to it. Eagles are damn good, though.
I think
A hell of a game.
Eagles.
This is the Thursday night game, right?
Eagles put up some points last week, but it was against the Lions, who were up and coming still. The Vikings, they've got.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Monday night. Got 2 games Monday night this week.
Yeah, keep going.
So with Jefferson, I think the Vikings offense is still underrated. All right, I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Get fucking nuts.
Get fucking nuts.
That's just tough. I'm gonna go with Eagles.
Close game.
Thursday game.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, now what's the other one? Monday, man?
Monday is Titans Bills.
So turn on the Bills game first, and then about an hour later you can switch to the real game.
All right, so then we do the Thursday game.
Yeah. Okay. Cleveland. Right now in early betting, Cleveland is the favorite -3. Like I said, this is before next week. Cleveland is a 57.5% favorite as far as the fans go.
Yeah, I've got the Bills.
Browns,
Wait, who's it?
Browns and Steelers.
Oh, Browns and Steelers. No, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Who is leading into week 2 too? Get that ready.
You got this game. You got Trubisky against Brissett.
Ow.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh here.
That actually a little bit of a wrench for Pittsburgh because Brissett is very safe with throwing the ball. So that means that the Steelers' offense is actually going to have to put up some points. Because I don't think they're going to get maybe no turnover. You know? I'm still going to go with the Steelers.
Right now, they're both win.
Yeah.
No, I said who's winning coming into week 2. But by the predictions and
Oh,
Oh, so the Steelers are playing
Huh?
the Patriots.
filthy.
yeah, I know. I just wanted to remind
Oh.
the show,
Oh, gotcha.
and then include the Thursday night game in that points too.
I think I was at 7.
Was that counting? the
Somebody was
Thursday
at 6. Somebody was at 5.
Well, I mean, it
Counting
adds
Thursday.
Up. It adds up for the year.
Yeah, right.
We got some nutty games. I think we're still going to have to keep an eye on some of these that we think are going to be a walk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that's what we did last
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple games that we thought were going to be walks, especially like the Giants.
As of right
Yeah.
now,
And-
is up to 6.
7-6-6.
766.
So, 6, 7.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Close one, boys. Filthy getting the extra gut check there.
great. They recognize.
All right, you guys done?
Done.
All right,
2 hours till kickoff.
here, 1 hour. It's always 12 o'clock.
Just last.
No, we didn't. It's not
We
2
did do
hours.
this
Yeah,
week.
we did. Game
But I
started
believe it's 1 Eastern.
Yeah.
1 Eastern.
So it's 12 Central.
Oh, yeah,
12
okay.
Central.
Jesus fuck.
But
All
we
right.
did that. We did
We
it
did, yeah.
12
So
Eastern.
Yeah.
2 hours from now, you'll be missing the first half of the game.
Yeah. And our featured game is Carolina versus the Giants. That is a 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock game Eastern. So if you want to keep up with that, talk about that with us next week, watch it and we'll talk. That's it for the Dirty Foot Gang versus the Pigskin. We'll catch you guys later today at 5. Have fun watching
6
some
Eastern.
football. Yes.
12 hours away.
It's 5 Central. And yeah, we'll see you guys then.
6 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time.